talk to you about Arboretum, the deluxe version. And you'll know it is deluxe because it has a slipcase with a nice wooden box inside. And the box is nice purple velvet on top of plastic inside.
And foil cards.
And foil cards. And for whatever reason, this little bag it's embroidered inside. It's really pretty, but I don't know what the functionality is because, again, you have a wooden box with velvet lining to store the cards. So I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with the bag, but
unless you have really small hands, you can maybe stick it in there to keep it warm.
Yeah,
because it's so cold right now. But.
Yes, maybe you can plant a tree in the bag. So this is, like I said, the deluxe version, and the main thing is the cards. And really, in the game, that's pretty much all there is to it. You've got this shiny coating on the card, so for quality, I mean, these are decent stock of cards.
They
are pretty good thickness, but there's no texture to them. And as a matter of fact, it feels metallic almost on the front because of the.
And they've slipped out, and they did slip out of my hands a couple of times, where just because of the lack of texture, maybe because of the foil. They're slipperier than normal. Yeah,
they are. They're good stock.
Oh, but they're good thickness.
Yeah,
good
and they're fun to look at on the table with the shininess.
Yeah.
As far as the quality, I'm going to give it an 8 because really that's all there is to evaluate is the cards. I mean, there's
probably the box is the best part.
Yeah,
it's a really good box.
Yeah, it's a good solid wood.
Great bag.
Yeah, yeah. Ooh. I'm not sure what I'm going to do with it, but make a nice dice bag. But there's no dice in this game, so whatever. All right. As far as the theme is trees.
Yep,
that's it. Trees. So
you're planting tree, or you're not even planting trees. You're just laying trees. Trees are already grown.
Well, I assume you're planting them, but they spontaneously grow to full size when you plant them because you put one into your tableau, and it's a full-size tree, and they all look exactly the same. It's amazing. It's weird. So, you've got it's basically a set collection game where you're collecting sets of cards, but there is a little bit of take that element to it, although it's not really attack so much as you're trying to get the highest card to block someone from scoring their tree paths. So there's a little bit of screw your neighbor in this, which it makes it because trees are apparently really mean.
They are.
As I found out the hard way playing Dungeons and Dragons, which is not a game I normally play, but my wife was DMing and she wanted me to play. So I sat in on a game and my paladin decided to attack at what I didn't realize was an int.
Because that's what paladins do, is they just go up and attack a tree.
Hey, I was not going to lose our wagon for no reason. So I attacked a tree that I thought was growing through our wagon. Turns out it was an int that kicked my butt. I guess I was supposed to talk to him, but that's not what I did. So now my paladin has a fear of trees. So anyway, I was not playing as the paladin today because obviously I wouldn't have played this game. This would have caused me
too much trauma.
This would have been a seriously traumatic experience for my paladin. But as far as the theme goes, I can't give this anything higher than a 5. There's just really nothing to it. It's
literally
just
could be rethemed with anything. Change the name, it would fit.
Yeah, I mean, it could be robots. You mentioned it would be Arboretum. It could be almost anything here.
It could be family members.
Oh, please no!
Not our family.
Yeah, I mean, we could do board game theme.
You
could have a list of
board games.
But then you would be killing the trees, which would be kind of the opposite of Arboretum.
Right. That's a good point, though. How many trees died in the making this game?
Well, we know one did for the cards.
Right.
Another one did for this box and slipcover. I don't think this is made on any.
But you got the rule book.
The rule book, the score pad.
Probably more trees died in making this game than what. I don't know. It almost seems wrong.
Yeah, so maybe it shouldn't be
Arboretum. They really should have rethemed it to something else.
It shouldn't be Arboretum Deluxe. It should be Arboretum Apocalypse. So, as far as theme goes, I just can't give it more than a 5.
I agree.
All right. So as far as the rule book goes, the rule book is very straightforward. It's a very simple game. It's another centerfold, which I don't care for, but it's such a small rule book. It's really not that big of a deal. It's very, very simplistic game. Once you've read the rules one time, you'll never use this again. And really all it is, we can explain the rules right now. You have a hand of 7 cards. You draw 2 either from the draw pile or from any discard pile. Each person has their own discard pile. So you can draw from your own, you can draw from your opponent's, or any combination thereof.
But just draw 2.
Just draw 2. You play 1 to your Arboretum, you discard 1 back to your personal discard pile. That's it. As far as your goal, you're trying to line up sets of the same or incremental valued trees. They don't have to be the same, but the endpoints do.
Right.
Any trees that are the same, though, that are over a length of 4 in chain, will score you double the value. And if you have one that starts at 1, you'll get a bonus point. And if you have one that ends in 8, which is the highest value, you'll get 2 bonus points for that. So you're trying to line that up. But the trick is, at the end of the game, the 7 cards that remain in your hand will determine who scores which tree paths. So whoever has the highest card in, or highest cards, I should say, in any of the different suits of trees, if you will score the path. So you have to basically play your cards right and hold the ones that are going to at least a high number in one of the
Right.
trees you're going for. Which with 2 players, I don't think was that difficult to do. With 3 or 4, this could become very cutthroat.
Right. And I would say that's probably my critique. I could totally see it being a very mean game.
Mm-hmm.
And if you don't have the right group of people, especially the first time they play it, and you got someone that maybe a little bit more skilled than the others, and they think of that, some people are going to get upset.
Yeah, I was hoarding 7s like crazy.
Yes, I know.
But as far as the rules go, I don't really think
Right.
there's a great way to rate this. It's such a simplistic book. I'll give it an 8 just because. I mean, there's really is nothing wrong with it.
It would have been really hard to screw that up.
Yeah, there weren't enough words in the book for you to mess it up and get much below a 5. It's really a straightforward book, and there's nothing challenging about reading it. There's nothing challenging about playing it. So
Right.
I think an 8's fine. As far as gameplay, we've already kind of explained how you play.
I mean, there's a lot of luck involved because
There
you don't
is.
know what you're drawing. And
Yes.
so I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing. I'm not totally against luck, but if you're looking for that Euro flavor of trying to minimize luck, this is not the game for you because there's a lot to that. And as you mentioned, the ability to block others from scoring. Very important strategy, I get that, but I just don't like that feeling that, I worked really hard towards building this and then someone blocking me from scoring it. You're a jerk. So
You lost.
you did. I did. So, yeah.
So that it's okay for a light game that you're trying to do as a filler. I mean, it's not. I wouldn't sit down and say, "Ooh, let's play Arboretum today." It's not going to be that kind of a game. It's going to be something that, let's say your wife is on the other end of town dropping off the kids, and you're waiting for them to come back so you can play something meatier and watch WandaVision. Just for example, that would be
kind of familiar.
Yeah, seems like we're always waiting for somebody.
Yeah.
Oh well. But anyway, this would be a good game for filler for that. If you want something that's very easy to play. I wouldn't personally think this is something I'd want to play with 2 players again, because I just don't think there's there's basically.
I think that blocking mechanism is really important, and you didn't see it a lot with 2 people. So if you really want to play it to the full game and get that full experience, at least 3, if not 4.
Yeah.
I don't even know if it'd be good at 3.
Well, yeah. Plus, with 2 players, I mean, you can look at our tableaus, and yours are all 3 trees, and mine are the other 3 trees.
Yeah, and there were a total of 6 trees available, and we took 4 out. And so, based off of
there were 10 free, 10 originally.
That's right. So 6, and we pulled 4 out.
Yeah. So basically, we split it 3 and 3, and we really weren't competing with each other, other than to get that one card to stop the other one from scoring.
Right.
So that's really the only interaction we had in this game, other than picking up each other's discarded trash.
Yeah.
So I just don't think this is a great 2-player game. I would not recommend it at 2 players. I'd be interesting to play this with 4. I think
so.
Be a lot.
I would definitely try it again at 4.
Yeah.
So I might not like it, or I might like it a lot less at 4, just because of how mean it could be. But I want to experience that just to be able to say for sure. As far as the stats for the game, this game came out in 2015. I believe it was a Gen Con release in 2015, because I think that's the first time I played it was with my friend James Mechanic, and he picked it up at Gen Con. The designer is Dan Kasser. Artists are Felipe Guerin, Karis Williams, Beth Sobel, and Waldo Ramirez. Published by Renegade Games. It's a cheap game, so if that's something that interests you, you can jump on that. MSRP is only $14.
Is that for their base game? Or
No, $14 for the base game. Deluxe is $17.
Oh, wow.
So it's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's a good
Now,
deal. That's
yeah,
a bargain just
yeah,
for the case.
And so, right. So, but the 17 Deluxe version I saw on the Geek Market, whereas the MSRP was websites. So,
Oh, okay. So yeah,
so it may not be as readily available if it goes away on Geek Market.
yeah. I mean, if you don't like the game, you can purge the cards and keep the case and
Oh,
put some other
absolutely.
card game in there because it's
And
a
then
nice
figure out
case.
something else to do with the bag.
Yeah, well,
Yeah, I
I
like
mean,
the dice in it. Like that.
yeah, I'm sure there's all kinds of dice you could
Keep a couple
types
fingers
you can
warm
throw
because it's
there.
cold.
Yeah. Make a hat. I don't know if it would stay really well.
Yeah, it's not really holding
No,
very
that's,
well.
I don't think so. All right. So as far as scoring the gameplay, at 2 players, I'm going to probably give this, I'd say a 6.
I was going to say 6.
Yeah, I don't think it's
There's
something
just not there's not a
exciting.
lot there, and
Yeah, I mean, at 4 players, it could very well be a 7, I think. I don't think I'd go much higher than that, but it's...
I think if it's got value at a 4-player game, it'll be the experience of it.
Yeah.
Not the gameplay, but just that experience of playing with a 4-player and, oh, you jerk, you blocked me, and that kind
I
of
just think
experience.
it'd make a more interesting tableau on your table because I
Right.
think you'll see more mixture of trees
And
as
you'd have all
opposed to
10 trees out.
yeah, you'll have 3 types and 3 types split. You know,
Right.
you'll probably have a hodgepodge because there'll be much more variety in the deck. So yeah, I think it might go up a little bit with 4, but I
agree.
don't see it going above a 7 myself. But yeah, I mean that's
That's
basically
Arboretum.
it. That's Arboretum, and I hope you enjoyed this.
Mhm.
And you know, give us some comments, feedback. Hit the subscribe button if
And
you
the
like us.
notification bell.
Notification, yeah, we'll be happy to answer any comments and
Or if you have any suggestions, let us know.
any recommendations. We'll be going through our entire tableau of 3,000 games plus, and you know,
And then some of
eventually hit
mine.
'em.
So.
And some of yours. So 3,010.
Oh, give or take.
Yeah. All right. Well, talk to you next time. Bye.
Bye.